What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we are playing something a little bit different, mostly so we can try to play Athreos. We're talking about Orzhov Control. Looks a bit different. It's probably bad and awkward and weird, but you know what? You're here, so at least watch a couple games, and we'll see how it goes. But before we do that, please remember to hit that like button, but more importantly, hit that subscribe button. Help us reach our 10,000 subscribers by February 1st. We are getting very close. By the time this goes live, we'll probably be around 150 to 160 that we need. So every little bit helps. Please hit those buttons for me. And once you do that, we can go take a look at this very awkward Orzhov Control list. Alright, so going down this list, like you said, part of the reason we even built this is just to play Athreos and see if we can even do anything with it. It does cost 6, and it was really just like a promo card at one point, but it's one of the cards I've had a few people ask, so we're just going to try to make it work. I have no idea if it's going to or not. So we're playing 4 Bloodchief's Thirst, 4 Charming Prince, 3 Birth of Meletis. This arguably should probably be 4 Birth and 3 Charming Prince, but we'll see how it works out. Couple of copies of Eliminate. Mostly Eliminate over Heartless Act here, just so we have a way to kill opposing Crawling Barons if the games go long and comes down to that. Playing 2 Heliod. And I know this is going to look a little odd. Like, people are going to look and say, why Heliod? You don't have all that many aggressive creatures or things that are gaining life. I said, but, Heliod give us the option to give something lifelink, which could help a control deck. And we have another card here in a second you're going to see that kind of works with Heliod. So we're playing Omen of the Sun, which, does gain life, get us tokens, so that could work with Heliod. Skyclave Apparition, probably just the best white card to be printed recently. Then Altar of the Pantheon. And I know this looks a little weird, but again, when we get a couple of these out and we have a Heliod, well, now it's easier to get Heliod active. It's also possible that when we get to Athreos, it's going to be easier to activate Athreos because you got to have 7. And, usually you can get to 4 or 5, but you don't really get the rest. So, this is one way to try to solve that. And it has the other benefit of if we control a god or a demigod or a legendary enchantment, it does allow us to gain life when we tap it, which again works with Heliod. And it just advances our mana. And that helps a lot too when you're playing more expensive spells. Then we have a few Solemn Simulacrum here, help us search for lands again. Elspeth Conquers Death. 2 Yorion. Not the biggest fan of the card, but it does work in here, because again, we're playing Birth of Meletis, Charming Prince, Omen of the Sun, Elspeth Conquers Death. So a lot of things that can take advantage of a Yorion. And then, of course, Athreos, the card, the reason, the purpose we're playing this deck. And what Athreos does is actually just puts a counter on a card. And then if that card dies, if you control Athreos, then it comes back into play on your side of the field. And since we do have quite a few ways to kill things, could make it really hard on the opponents and we end up with a bunch of stuff. Either that or the opponent chooses not to attack into our creatures or just silly things like that. So I'm kind of okay with all this. Now the downside to this could be that Athreos doesn't work that great when you have stuff like Skyclave Apparition, right? So we're going to have to see if that even makes sense in this type of list. But we're at least going to give it a go and see what happens. Yeah, alright. Sure. Alright, here comes. We're going to get blasted with a Robber of the Rich. Because that's usually what happens here. No. Well, if it's not that, then I'm going to assume this is, just guessing. Maybe the Transmogrify deck? Or we just get... Well, I guess we'll find out if we get Bone Crushed. Okay, it's not. At least not likely that it is. Oh, definitely not now. Okay. Well, let's... I was going to play the Altar, but we're just going to pass. Mostly because we have the ability to Yorion and do some other things. Make some 1/1s. Ooh, there's Athreos. That is a nice find. Let's... Could play another Birth of Miletus. Nah, this is more... Like, we can just work our way up to Athreos. Let's just do that. Okay. Wants it dead. So we found all the mana we need. That part handled. We got that covered. Crash through. What are they playing? Oh, okay. I get it. I get it. Alright, so our plan here is going to be Athreos. Oh, actually, no, we're one short still. Oh, no, we have a land in hand. Never mind. No attacks. We're going to earmark that with the Athreos. Alright. You did it. You shocked it. I mean, we're at 22 life. We're not in that big of a hurry. Alright, let's see. It's only 4. Yeah, let's see what type of removal the opponent or counters the opponent has. Because they didn't play anything, so there's a good chance they've got a counter here. No. Okay then. We take the one thing we can and we end up with an elemental. Scry 2. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's probably gonna do it. Alright, going first, we'll keep this. This is very good. Sure. Don't want so many coming to play tap lands, but they're fine for now. Unless that is a Thieves Guild Enforcer, which it very well might be. Here it comes. Yep, it is. Another Thieves Guild Enforcer. Sure. And then a Wind Robber. Oh, a Duelist. Okay, well, that is a thing. And that can just stay on top. I'm going to assume it's going to get milled away. And I just did that on my turn before the opponent had a chance to really react or do anything important. I'm going to go ahead and play this. If they want to didn't say please or whatever, that's fine. We're not concerned about it. Yeah, so we don't really need the mana, so it's actually okay that they did that. I'd rather not have Solemn Simulacrum countered, though it still might end up that way. Definitely the bigger issue here. Though now if we get a land, we can actually remove a thing, which was highly unexpected here. That's 3? Yeah, we gotta get rid of that, because that's something we can't even block. Village Rights. Alright, sure. I actually like that more because we give them nothing back in return here. Phanter's Gargoyle, sure. I will block. I'm not sure what the opponent thinks is going to happen, but yeah, we're definitely going to block. Well, that's unfortunate. Same, we'll just leave that up there. Alright. So now, hopefully, they don't have any more counters. If they do, we're dead. That's basically what this is now. Counter or a creature, I mean, I guess. There's a lot of ways we die here. Oh, no, that doesn't remove that. That's power. Never mind. We were dead anyway. We didn't have anything. Ooh, yeah, we'll keep this. Yep, that can stay. Bonus got some Ugin sleeves. I don't know if that's a little suspicious or not, but we'll see. And we'll go ahead and scry. Alright, we'll actually keep both of those. Having another removal card isn't the worst thing. If they put a land into play tapped here, we might just go ahead and play Heliod. If not, we'll see. It could be a Blood Chief's first turn, depending. Innkeeper. It is definitely a Blood Chief's first turn. Actually, you know, maybe not. I'm willing to see if they'll trade. I doubt they will, but you know, I would have taken that exchange. Alright, so we're going to have another land on top. So, I mean, the best we could do is Heliod next turn, and then ECD the following turn. Maybe if we're lucky, eat a Lovestruck Beast. Yeah, we're going to do nothing to a Scavenging Ooze. Alright, eating their own creatures. And unfortunately, this Elspeth Conqueror still does nothing. Gotta wait till next turn. Hopefully they have something bigger here. Not that we'd get anything out of our yard, it just buys us a turn. Oh, I guess we're gonna get rid of an Embercleave next turn with an ECD. Is that what's happening? Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm fine with that. I mean, we could have prevented damage to ourselves by them just putting it on the Innkeeper, but meh. It's not really what we're in the market for. Now, if they just have a second one, well, we just gotta take it to the face and it sucks. And you get the worst of it, too, because they can first strike your thing down, then eat it with the ooze, and you take bonus damage. Please don't have another opponent. That would be awesome. So we've got 2, 3, 4. This makes 5, so we will be able to... Oh, I was going to say bring Heliod to life. But we might need more than that next turn. Alright, no blocks. Going to 7. Need to survive this turn. That will help, but we don't get to gain life, unfortunately. I was really hoping to use lifelink on something. This increases the odds that Heliod gets to stay as a indestructible 5/5 though. So we do at least have that to look forward to. And unfortunately, I think we just gotta get rid of a questing beast. Oh, target a creature I control. Make this a 3/3, I guess. I only considered it because if I thought 100% we could keep Heliod in play, then it could block the questing beast, and we wouldn't have to worry about it, right? And we could possibly end up getting something back with the ECD, but wasn't really worth it. No attack. We're only at 4. There's too many ways this could go sideways. Good news is we're at 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can get Athreos next turn if we want to, but we probably need to gain life. I mean, that will give them a 4/4 if they do that. If we can survive this is a strong comeback. I don't know if we can, though. Good news is there's no creatures in the graveyard, so right now Scavenging Ooze is as big as it's going to be. So if we just feel the need to like turn Charming Prince up to a 4/4 next turn after we gain our life, then we just go for it. Depends on what we draw though, right? There's other removal cards and things. Alright. So they have a shock for the Apparition? No? Okay, well that's not the worst thing. I mean, it will shrink Heliod next turn, so now we gotta find something with 2 pips. That is not gonna do it, sadly. That is not gonna do it. Oh, forgot it is. It still only needed 1 more. So yeah. No attacks. Let's put this on the ooze, see if maybe we can get an ooze back somehow. And because we have these altars, we can use opponents' activated abilities. Now we're at 5. Alright, they put us down to 3. They have a finisher? I mean, if they have another... Oh, okay. I thought it was going to be another Primal Might. That would have killed us. Oh, they don't have it. Okay. Well. Go ahead and get white. Pump this. Alright, this changes things a bit. Because now we can give Athreos lifelink. And then attack with Athreos. Can't quite attack with the Apparition yet. We don't want that to die. Okay. Alright. We're trying to make a go of this thing now. Put it on the Innkeeper. Actually, oh, that's a mistake. I should have put it on the Apparition. Because if the Apparition dies, I could have it come right back. Keep forgetting about that with Athreos. You can put it on your own stuff. And that's a big deal here if they were able to kill this with like a Primal Might. Okay, they weren't. So we lucked out a little bit. Alright, we're in pretty good shape here. Would like a removal card would be fantastic. That, however, is not going to do it. Okay, so what's the best thing we could do here? We could turn the Apparition into a 6/6 and gain that life. And that would be nice. They could... But then they could just block with 2 things there. Probably Giant and Robber, so they don't give us the Scavenging Ooze. I don't love that. Not gonna lie. See how the opponent feels about it. We'll just juice up this apparition, I guess. End of turn, we'll target that. So if it dies, we at least get all our stuff back. And as soon as this goes away, we have to find one more thing to bring this Athreos back to life. Alright, this is oddly suspicious, but sure, I'll play your game. Okay. There's no other creatures in the graveyard at the moment, so this is going to work out pretty well for us. Like, we get to kill a Bone Crusher, and we get to kill the Scavenging Ooze, and then we get the Scavenging Ooze back. And we only suffer minimal damage because we get to gain life, so yeah. That seems great. Then we'll take your Innkeeper, which we'll get back ourselves. Yeah, there you go. Well, it turns out that actually was a pretty interesting deck. A little better than I thought it was going to be. I will say, the deck plays much better when you get either of the gods out, and that's not something I expected. I would even say you could probably use a couple more removal cards, maybe even just a couple of straight up Heartless Acts. Would have solved a few problems that we had, I think, but I actually kind of like the way it played. The games can be kind of grindy, you know, if they go a little bit longer, but otherwise, I didn't really have too much to complain about. It actually was a lot of fun, had a lot of neat interactions, and it's using cards I don't get to play with that often, so that's a bonus. For today's card spotlight, I'm just gonna bring up a fun Niv Mizzet. We're talking about Niv Mizzet the Firemind. And I only bring this up because if you look at the flavor text, this is one of the most interesting bits of flavor text they probably ever put on a card. And it's a neat little puzzle, and it's amazing how many people didn't understand what the puzzle was trying to convey for a long time. But just something I would point out if you hadn't seen it before. Also, remember, if you haven't, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, and help us reach our 10,000 subscribers, as we're under 175 now. Getting so close, getting to the finish line, and we have about half a month, so we need to get there. It's so close. Please, 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 help, help, help. And if you want this deck list, or you want to come join us in the Discord, or follow us over on Twitch, on Twitter, or visit my sponsors, or buy some merchandise, all the links are for that in the description below. And that's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.